Okay? You know, every country, every culture has a different way of doing things. I noticed when I was in the Middle East, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think people enjoy like telling stories to make a point, right? Yeah. Instead of maybe just coming right at it. If maybe your dad's trying to like teach you a lesson, right? Yeah. He might tell you a story about something that happened to him, or why he would never do that. We do that too. Yeah. But anyway, in the West, instead of kind of circling and coming down to the point, we always do the same thing. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's an essay. It doesn't matter if it's an academic type of a lecture. It doesn't even matter if it's a conversation. Think about this. There's almost always 3 parts in the Western conversation. An introduction. Hey man, how are you? Yes. What's going on? You doing all right? Yeah. Good to see you. Right. What's your name?
Turkey.
Turkey, okay. Where are you from?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Whoa. Is it hot over there?
It's really hot.
Do you guys have cars, or do you all just ride camels? You just ride can't see. We're crazy Americans. We don't know anything. I hear you have lots of oil over there. Is that true?
Yeah.
No, you don't have lots of oil? Somebody does, because we love it in America, man.
And then we're home, we have that, and we
have like oil.
You take a shower in oil.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
And the gas station.
You guys are all millionaires, right?
Yeah.
Like you all drive BMWs, and gas costs like 50 cents a gallon.
Yeah, the gas is inside your home. You can fill your
You just fill it right up
in the garage.
See, I knew all of this already. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Me too.
Hopefully we talk again sometime. Have a great day.
You too.
So I introduce myself. I ask him something, some topic, right? And then I say goodbye. So you got an introduction. You got your body of your conversation, whatever it is you're going to ask him about, and then you say goodbye as your conclusion. It's always the same. It doesn't matter if you're taking the IELTS, the TOEFL, you're having a conversation with someone. I know conversations kind of go here and there and everywhere, but it's the same idea. But inside the body of the conversation, we use different strategies, especially academically. We teach you guys these different strategies when you write an essay, and they do it a lot in lectures, because all a lecture is written words spoken, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. These are kind of like the 4 kings of organization. If you look in the book, they give you a nice description. The first one is describing something. Okay? And if you look at the definition, what does it say under description? To say
what something is or looks like.
Yeah, to say
Something is.
What something is. When you guys get to master's level, and you may already have done a little bit of this. Have you guys done descriptive essays at all?
No.
Where you describe some, not really yet, but when you get to master's level, it's a really fun kind of an essay to use different strategies to describe something. It's like painting a picture in words. So you use lots of adjectives, and anyway, people love to use description because you'll never forget the concept if I can draw a beautiful picture with words, right? So description. Second one?
Explanation.
Explanation.
To say why.
Yeah, what is that one?
To say why or how something happens.
Good. To say, here's the big word. To say why.
The reason.
Yeah. Something happens. Alright, key word there, why. This is more about to say what something is. Alright, so an explanation, give me an example of what would an explanation be like?
Explanation.
I mean, it's kind of common. I mean,
Explain. Why that class is hot? I don't know air conditioning.
There you go. So if you were going to explain why this building is hot, and you were going to explain it to me, give me an example.
Yeah.
A short paragraph explaining the situation. Go for it.
Yeah, there are no air condition, and
is a great explanation of why it's hot in here all the time. And the sun comes in the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I can use the story in the present to explain something.
You could use a story to explain something. You could use an example, right, to explain something. Yes, it's possible. All right, argument. What's the definition for argument? Father, give it to me.
Argument, teacher.
Argue for an opinion, perhaps by showing how the advantage how the advantage of one idea are stronger than its disadvantage.
Yeah. So really, at the end of the day, you're just arguing your opinion, right? And you guys have had this type of an essay, haven't you? Have you guys ever watched Ahmed Deedat?
Yeah.
Or an apologist
What?
of some sort?
Say that.
My background is religion, so I used to enjoy just listening to people debate, right? And it's an art. You can be really good or really bad at arguing a point.
I think it's something natural. You can answer.
Listen, here's some people are naturally good at arguing, right? Like your sister, they're great at arguing with you, right? So there is some natural ability here, but there is an art to argument. As a matter of fact, people who are lawyers, there is a whole study of argument and how to prove your point. And it's fascinating. There's entire courses in college on how to argue. So, anyway, one little strategy that I think is kind of cool. If you're arguing your point, all right, one thing that is useful is to lower the defenses of your opponent. You know what defenses are, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to really have a good argument with someone, you need to understand the way they're thinking and why they are coming at it from the angle they're coming at it, right? So if I want to argue with you about the best brand of car, and you like Fords and I like GM, well listen, if I'm going to have a really good argument, I need to go study the Ford brand, don't I?
Yeah.
I need to know how they make their parts, what happens in the process,
Yeah.
so that when I'm debating with you, I can actually go in and point out weaknesses in your car. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're going to be a great debater on some topic, you have to not only know your own position, you've got to be willing, all right, and open-minded enough to go look at it over here, right?
Yeah.
So the point is, if there's an accident out there on the corner, and you're a policeman, you're going to talk to as many people as you can that saw the accident, right? Not just one person. And the reason is because there's people standing on every corner. And guess what? The report from Jill on the right corner is going to be a little different than the report from Jack on the other side. You see what I'm saying? They're all accurate, but they're going to give the policeman a better understanding of what actually happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Really interesting topic. All right, and we use this all the time. When you're teaching something, if you can show the weaknesses in other ideas or positions. I used to have a professor when I was in university. I loved him because, and you got to remember, my undergraduate degree was in theology and religion, and my master's was in religion. Okay, so it's easy, especially in that field. You go to a school that agrees with your type of thinking, right?
Yeah.
So it was unusual to have a professor that actually would give you the perspective of everyone or all the major scholars in that field. But I thought it was interesting because he would never tell you what he thought. He would just present the best known scholars on each position, and then he'd just kind of end. And all the students were, well, what do you think? You know, because you want to know what he thinks so you can believe it yourself.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't do that. He would make you think about it, and then you had to make a decision yourself. So, nice strategy to get people to think. Discussion. Let's see. Can you tell me what's the definition for discussion in the book?
Discussion. What do we do talking about something?
That's it. We share our opinions, right? So that works for me. Sharing ideas. All right. So, read the definition in the book just so we have it in our head. Under discussion.
To discuss aspects of an issue such as advantages and disadvantages or of different ideas or theories, and come to concluding about
A conclusion.
about which one is stronger.
Man, it's fantastic. If whoever teaches you gives you the opportunity to look at an issue and discuss it and figure out what you think is the best idea, that is so much better, isn't it? Because then it's coming from your own mind, your own heart. So let's do this. I want you guys. We're going to do B. Okay, they're going to give you a paragraph. You need to decide: is it description, explanation, argument, or discussion? Okay. Look at number 1. Let's get someone new. Abdurrahman, read number 1 under B.
Okay. There are many different strategies that business can use to price their products. Which one they choose will depend on their
Circumstances.
circumstances.
Do you know what circumstances are?
Yeah.
What is it? Give me a synonym for circumstances. How about context? Situation.
Okay.
Yes.
In this section, we'll examine
We will examine
their 3 different pricing strategies. We'll look at how each works and explore the reason that business might choose them.
All right. So what did he just do there?
Explain.
Explain. He's explaining how to do something, right? Good. All right. So here's the deal. I want you two to look at number 2 and figure out the strategy. All right.